I would like to send this to my sister. How do I do that? If
What?
you record it,
I can upload it, and then you can send her a link. How's that?
perfect, perfect, perfect.
Yes, I'm recording it now.
Okay, okay.
How's your day been, Katie?
It's been pretty good.
Yeah.
Let me see, let me see.
Ah! Oops.
Just like that picture of Andy or Kathy, whatever.
Really?
She's a real smiler.
I know.
Yeah, you are. You're pretty smile. Let me get this back
But
on.
has she been scratching herself?
Yeah, but she also, so she was born with an extra nub on her hand, and it's been tied off. So yeah, they recommended keeping the mitts on so it doesn't get caught on things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does it hurt her?
Not now. When they put it on at first, she screamed a bit, but it's numb now. It's already getting black.
Oh, baby's first tribulation.
Does it fall off or what?
That's, yeah, it's supposed to fall off. Yeah. What are all those people?
When she gets old, we're going to have to call her Sace.
No, we decided 11. Yeah, after Stranger Things.
Once.
And her name is also her name Eloise, L. So 11. Because I don't know if you watch Stranger Things, but there's a girl on there called 11, and they call her L.
Have you seen the thing that she's in?
Yeah, the Sherlock.
I had no idea she was British.
Yeah, she is.
Millie Bobby Brown. It's kind of a British name.
That was really good, I thought.
Yeah, she's good in it. She is.
Well, she's a good act, she's on the ball, I think, smart one.
Okay, so I want to know from Katie, why Eloise?
It was just something I heard, a name I heard, and then realized it was kind of similar to Luis.
Okay.
So kind of named after him a little bit. So we just liked it. Yeah.
All my friends, I tell them what the name is, and everybody goes, "Aw."
I know. What's the Del Mar?
It was something Luis he just thought of. I was threatening to call her Ocean. So Del Mar's kind of a nod to the ocean in a more.
It means of the sea, doesn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. And Eloise actually means warrior, so she's the warrior of the sea.
Oh.
Well, we're gonna need it.
Yeah. Yeah, when we thought of that, Penny was like, she's Poseidon.
Super cool. Did you have that name picked out in advance?
Yeah, we did.
That's good.
Yeah.
We didn't pick either of our kids' names till after they were born.
Yeah. Oh, I know.
Now, didn't you have another appointment with the nursing nurse?
Yeah, the lactation consultant.
Yeah.
That was yesterday.
Oh, okay.
And we've been really successful since then.
Good.
Yeah, we've been consistently breastfeeding since.
Good. That's a worrisome thing. There's there's stress built into that. So.
I knew it was going to be hard. I didn't know the way in which it was going to be hard. I didn't realize how emotional it was. Hang on.
She's so good at crying. Oh.
Rhonda, did you send this link to Joe's email or Gloria's or everybody's?
It went to the Cardinal Family email distribution list that I set up back in March. So it
Gloria's
probably
on
went
that.
to Gloria's, it probably went to Gloria's email because,
Okay, Joe, it probably went to Gloria's email. Rhonda, can you send it to Joe? He's
does he have a different email?
He's, well, Gloria's email. She's not finding it.
Okay,
Okay,
Okay.
Joe. Oh, she's gonna send it to Gloria's email again right now. Okay, sure. Bye.
I'll be back. I need to go change her.
Okay.
Okay. Your patio looks good.
Where's your turtle?
Oh, that's downstairs. She's upstairs right now.
Oh,
This is their balcony off of their bedroom.
oh.
is she Gloria at is she at a Hotmail?
I
Is
don't
she
know.
on this? Okay, well, it's the same email that I
He
just
hung
sent it.
up, so
I just sent it again. But it's a Hotmail address, you know.
let me ask him. It's like the first,
Texted Kathy too, you know.
The technical Cardinal clan.
yeah. Wait till Patty comes on.
That's always fun.
It's always the first time. Joe, is it Gloria's Hotmail account? I don't know what email. GG64_@hotmail54.
Baby's back.
Hi, baby.
Okay, I'm just gonna double check.
Yeah.
That was fast.
I'm just checking.
She's got a teeny butt.
She's little.
So did she get rid of her first poop, the one that's black like tar?
Okay, so it's GG54. There's an underscore in there.
Yeah, GG54_, right, Joe? At Hotmail.
I don't have the underscore.
Hi,
Hi,
Kathy.
cousin.
So she didn't have an underscore. So what email would you like it sent to? Did you find it?
Okay, I'm sending it to the underscore email now. Okay, so I sent it to the underscore email.
Do you have an email, Joe?
I think I fixed it, Sally.
Okay, let's confirm this address again. GG54_.
Yeah. Kathy. Okay, show the baby so Kathy can see.
Just
She's
in
on the
case.
group right
Oh,
So-
don't show her, don't show her.
She's what?
Never
She's on-
mind.
The email one more time.
Hi, Kathy.
She's eating.
What? Breasts are not allowed in the house?
I just don't have two hands to move the screen.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay, I've resent it to the underscore email, okay? So I might have fixed it.
Hopefully, I don't know. The communication between Joe and whoever is doing this on the computer is not happening very well. So.
Well, there was
found it.
another email that had an underscore. So the distribution list does not have the underscore email, so I'll have to fix that.
Oh, yeah, that's her only email that I know of.
Okay, well, I've got two versions, and so I
Yeah.
gotta fix it.
but he
So-
used to be part of this.
I
But
know.
he might have been going through, look at the name.
The
it's probably
text.
Wendy. He might have been
What?
going through somebody else's.
Hi, Kathy.
Hey,
Are you
Kathy.
Huh?
Are you good?
Yeah, I'm just kind of sleepy.
Okay, well, in a minute, you'll get to see the baby. I already saw the baby. Okay, so Katie, one more question. What was the boy name that you had picked out?
Alva Michael.
Wow.
What?
Wow. So you need to have a boy. Hey, Joe.
Hi, Joe.
Hi,
You need to-
Joe.
That's super cool.
Thanks. Yeah.
Absolutely. Super cool name.
Hey, Joe, when you have a minute, clean off your camera lens.
I don't hear him.
No, he's muted. You want me to? You're muted, Joe.
Go ahead and unmute him.
I can't unmute him. It's at his end. I can't unmute him. Unmute.
This
It's
family
okay.
cracks me up. This family cracks me up.
Every time.
Every time it's like it's the first time.
And Patty,
You know what? You know what? My Basin Street regulars can do better at this than this family.
And they're 80
And
years
they're in
old.
their 80s
And
and
they're
90s. You Robinson can do this better.
so she's nursing away.
Yeah. It seems
right.
to have clicked.
Well, how do you like
Awesome.
having big giant tits now?
They're huge.
I know. It's a pain in the neck.
I thought they were big during my pregnancy, and they just keep getting bigger.
I know. It's bizarre. It's like you're somebody else.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, but she does pretty well. It usually just takes, I don't know, less than a minute to get latched on now, when before it was a real struggle and she was just getting frustrated. But yeah, it was a really successful appointment yesterday.
So when you did that, it made it work.
Good.
So, she's gaining weight and everything.
Yeah, I think she's just about back to her birth weight. I mean, she went down at first, and
Yeah.
then she's about back to one. So,
It's empty.
and got a big old belly most of the time, so she's full. And, yeah.
I like how the baby is in the center square on my screen.
Makes sense.
Well, I have a little present for her.
Aww.
Let me see.
What is it? What do you have?
She has a birthday cake for Eloise.
Oh,
I have a birthday
let's
cake.
see what.
Shitty can.
How
Oh,
cute!
I have to get it lit.
Are you gonna send that?
I thought she was showing us her braid.
Oh yeah, that's
Hat.
really.
Oh, Joe's got a new kid.
Yeah.
So that's
Hi.
the cake.
Happy
Happy birthday, Al.
Okay.
Happy birthday. Ooh, that's a pretty cake.
We should sing to her.
All of us at once?
Yes. Happy birthday.
Birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday,
dear.
Al.
Happy
Happy birthday to you. Yay!
You're gonna have to eat it for her though.
All of it.
Oh, darn.
Not in one sitting though.
Maybe though.
Yeah, maybe.
I'm honored. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
To have been considered having that name being put on your kid there.
Oh, yeah. It's a good name.
Yeah. This is a new kitty here.
Oh, kitty.
He's camera
Hey,
shy.
Joe?
Yeah.
Joe,
Oh.
get a wipey or a piece of cloth and clean off your camera.
Yeah, you're just all hazy.
You're really hazy. It's probably got a smudge on it.
Looks like it's sepia.
Yeah.
Okay,
It might be
now we
his
can see
camera.
the baby. Well, you gotta burp them. They require a lot of maintenance.
Yeah, for 20 years.
At least 20.
20.
20, yeah.
Hey, Rhonda, is there a password for this one? Michael's trying to get on.
I think there is, so
Yeah.
find that. Hang
It
on.
starts with a 4.
Okay.
So just tell him 4 and then put some numbers in.
So the password is
He's got it right.
454231.
Thank you.
Okay. There's the
A
baby. Okay, Kathy,
baby.
There
the
she is.
baby.
There's the baby.
There's the baby.
Yeah.
Oh, she's a concerned baby.
Yeah, she's worried often. Yeah. Worried little eyebrows.
So she's sort of reddish kind of hair. Is that right, Katie?
It looks like a medium brown with some red in it when the sun hits it.
It does not look like jet black hair. Is that right?
She is a white baby.
Hi, brother.
Hi, hi.
Hi, Michael.
That's better, Joe. Hello, Josh.
Hi, Josh.
Okay, other side. Other side.
There's sure a lot of us on today.
Well, we had to see the baby.
Yeah.
This is the only way we could see her right now.
This is the first time in 4 months I've known about this.
Oh, really?
Yeah, well, I had the wrong, we haven't actually done very many Zooms
Yeah,
lately
we haven't been doing them.
because I've been kind of busy.
Well, I thought that hadn't regained.
But I also have the wrong email address on my distribution list for Gloria, so I will correct that.
Whatever. Thank you very much.
Hey, Michael.
Yeah.
You need to answer me once in a while.
Yeah.
Have you been out on the field or something?
Just lie and say that you have been, so she
Yeah.
doesn't.
Oh, we're getting Korea stuff.
Okay. Do you have a local address?
Yeah, I just asked one of my buddies
Okay, all right.
earlier. I'll send it to you.
Let me know when you have it, and I'll send you your shoes.
Are you in Korea, Michael? Are you in Korea?
No, but I'm actually in
Yeah,
like
I know
10
that.
days. I'm about to fly out to
She's
Korea.
nursing, so there's no baby. So I was just, oh, there's Michael.
Hi, Peter.
Hi, Peter.
Peter's here, yeah.
Okay, so everybody's on, huh?
Yeah.
Excellent.
Of what I heard before, Katie, I wasn't taking a lot of milk, but it seems like you're able to sustain the child solely, mostly on the lactation.
Yeah,
Great.
the first week was a struggle, and then we had an appointment yesterday that really seemed to help click things into place, and so we've been just the boob since then.
That's good. Gloria, she had a $75 visit or $85 is about the second or third day, and it helped a lot.
You remember the price.
Yeah, lactation specialist, you know.
That's the important stuff, huh? The money.
Do you guys
Bullet
remember
point.
Dad bitching about the $91 cat?
Only 91?
Yeah, that was before me. That's when they lived in Long Beach, and by the time I was around, he was still bitching about the $91 cat.
Well,
Was
that's
it $91? I didn't remember that.
51.
I'd be happy to pay $91 for a cat.
I know, I was going to say.
I'm usually paying $300-400 every time I go in.
Yeah, but 19, 54.
I just paid $200 for somebody to remove a dead cat from under my house.
Oh,
So Joe's got a living one,
And it was totally worth it, I'm sure.
next time, fly me up. I'll do it. Be cheaper.
It was pretty gross. And I recognized it,
Oh,
which is not a good thing, really.
Whose cat was it?
Oh, it was a cat that was hanging out in my North 40, and it looked sick all the time, but it was, for like the last month. But it wouldn't let me get next to it, but it was out there laying in the sun, enjoying itself, and then he wasn't out there anymore. Because he was under my house getting ready to stink up the whole place.
That's the worst smell ever.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. I slept upstairs in your bed, Sally.
It's my
That's
bed.
my bed.
Jeff's bed too.
Yeah, we've all been up there.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's making me think about maybe going up there all the time. It's a better bed.
But you have to go downstairs to use the bathroom.
Well, that's been working out. No, I want to put a little toilet and a sink up there, but I can't.
Maybe you,
I can't.
maybe you
afford
should
it.
sleep up there meanwhile.
Yeah, well, I'm thinking about it. Tonight
Yeah.
would be well, no, I wouldn't sleep downstairs for maybe another couple days. It's still a little bit of parts per million, you know. Anyway,
So-
that's my dead cat
Wow.
story.
It's a fine one. You guys saw the pictures of my pond, right?
Yes.
Beautiful.
And it's even
Very
better
nice.
now. I got a flower growing up. One of those plants put out a flower.
Already. That's wonderful.
I
Wow.
know, the lady, when I got the plants from, she said, oh, these things, you can't take the ones with the flowers and these won't flower till next year. I'm like, well, okay. And then I went out there today and there's a flower, so. It looks
What
really
kind
cool.
of flower? Like a lily?
Oh, well, it's whatever that plant is.
Yellow flower.
That's purple.
Oh, purple.
You're talking to the Jeff Cardinals, Jenny.
Is it like a trumpet or is it like a daisy or is it like a?
It's like a star. It's like, I'm going to
Did we
post
carry
it.
this out there? And show it?
Well, we
Yeah, post it. We'd like to see it.
Yeah.
I took a picture, so I'll post it.
Next time I'm up
you
there, I
can
want to
name-
steal
you-
one from my pond.
You can name it Eloise.
Sure, it's an Eloise flower.
Yeah, Patty gave us all the slate, and Joe gave me the pond, and then
Tara.
Tara gave us the plants.
Tara.
Tara gave us the plant. So it was. You might think it was free, but we're down about $100 somehow.
Yeah, we bought a few things. And we have 12 goldfish.
Yay.
32 cents each.
Yep.
Oh, there's 320 right there. More. $4. $4.
3 of the goldfish are black, and there's 2 white goldfish, and then the rest are gold.
The black ones will turn. They'll turn.
Into what?
Well, if they're young.
Gold and white, maybe, or white or gold. But
Huh.
Some color that raccoons can see.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so far we haven't had much trouble with raccoons, but you
They
can't
wait-
hardly see the fish either.
Well, you got to wait till the fish get big, and then they come and eat them.
Yeah.
Well, I've got one of those electric fence things that I bought years ago to keep the cats out of the boat. And I'm going to rig up a little electric fence around the edge.
At least till they
so
teach
then
them all a lesson.
when your cat wants to get a drink of water,
Well, I think we'll turn it on at night because raccoons are not out in the daytime. And the cats don't go out at night, so,
The cats like to drink out of it. They drink out of it all the time.
but they
Oh,
don't
yeah.
drink at night. So I think if we just turn it on at night, it'll keep the raccoons out. It won't hurt the cats.
Well, the first,
You could
First
wait
day or-
until you.
go ahead.
You could wait until you know you have a problem with raccoons.
Well, the first couple of days, there were all these raccoon paw prints
Oh,
around
were
the
there?
edges of it.
They're
Yeah.
Then they haven't been back, maybe because the fish are down in the bottom, you know. And
they're waiting for the fish to get big.
yeah, that's probably what it is.
I want to know why your cats originally were going boating.
What?
Hmm?
You said you originally got it to keep the cats out of the boat. So the cats were going boating?
That's the electric fence. You said it was to keep the cats out of the boat. Why were the cats?
Oh, well, the boat was
Yeah,
parked
they had
in
little
the,
little boat trailer. They'd sneak out and take the
Well,
boat down.
no,
Be
the,
careful. Cats
the,
will get
the,
in that
the boat
catamaran.
was in the trailer,
Hey guys.
and
Hey,
the cats would get in it and pee in the boat. and that was not good. So I
were going
electrified the
fishing.
trailer, and it worked. They didn't go on the boat anymore.
Oh,
Cool.
Vince is here.
Yeah, and you're gonna have to show that baby
Hi,
because
Vince.
even my son is calling in.
Really?
Yeah.
Have you tried?
Oh, there he is.
It says that, and he's never done that. So this is a really big event. Oh, there's the baby. So
Where's
Cool.
the baby? Go. Say something, Katie, so you come up.
Hi.
There you
Oh,
There she, you want to see the baby, Pete?
I don't know. He's got his camera off, but he could probably see.
Yeah.
Right up to the camera.
Yeah, put the baby.
Peter?
Yes, let's see the babe. Oh,
She looks like she's a training boxer.
She looks like she's a cardinal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
looks
she-
just like Andy. She looks just like Andy did.
Does she have blue eyes?
Right now she does. We'll see if they stay.
Whoa.
No, she'll
That's
get
amazing. You guys must have dug deep for that.
well, cats do, but I don't know about babies. Do
Yeah.
babies don't change color, do they?
Yeah.
Yeah, they all start out blue unless white babies always start out blue.
Yeah.
What?
Mexican babies.
What color were Wendy's eyes?
They were blue, but they were almost black.
Uh-huh.
I'm a silent observer. Okay, so he's silent. Can you, but I don't know. Hopefully he can see.
Yeah, he can.
Okay.
He's
Now,
a third
Andy,
thing. Yeah.
he's muted and.
now, Vince, is there a reason you're wearing a mask?
I'll catch you guys later.
He's at work.
He's at work.
Bye,
What
Vince.
is-
Thanks
Bye,
for coming.
Vince.
Hi, Vince.
Bye.
Well, Kathy's taking a break to see. Look at that. This is the most people we've ever had on.
Yeah, really.
Where's Jill?
Kind of the biggest event we've really had.
Yeah.
True.
Just keep bringing the baby.
Did you say that Andy is on?
He's on, but he's not showing up. He said
Because
he's
he's not-
observing
Why doesn't he talk?
because he's Andy. Because that's how he rolls.
Andy, say something.
No microphone.
microphone.
What, you want a big little black screen with white dots on it? You just touch it, it'll come up.
You know, whatever. He sees.
Touch it.
No, it won't come up. You're not gonna
What?
Where's Jill?
ask to unmute.
She's at the cabin.
Oh, that's right.
Really?
Yay.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
Hey, that's Dad's wolf painting behind Kathy.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it's been here for a while.
Oh,
I found a home for it. It matches her couch
oh,
perfectly.
cool.
We're just showing that she
The wolf painting behind Kathy's couch.
Oh, yeah.
then there's
It goes good there. And Jenny, I don't know what to say. I would love to have a painting, but I have no walls left.
I know. I have
Except-
that problem.
Except in the bathroom. I've got like one wall in our bathroom that could support a painting. I mean, I do like your octopus a lot, but I just have no, unless I build another room, I don't know where to put stuff. Unless I put it in the gazebo, I just don't have any walls.
Well, that might not be a bad idea because in the gazebo, it could be big then.
You know, I've got one thing that I got from Sue that's on the gazebo that's kind of like a wood, something on wood. I might be able to put something out there.
I like,
Wendy and Jenny, how come you guys don't wear glasses right now? And what's Jeff's t-shirt say?
because
I have contacts.
this is what happens when you wear glasses. You have white eyes.
So we're fuzzy?
This is a t-shirt you got. Joe, you gave this t-shirt to Jeff. Isn't that right?
Oh, that's a good shirt.
Or what is it?
Don't you understand?
Yeah, this is a t-shirt he got from you, Joe. We don't know what it means.
What part of, and then what is it? Just
It's some formula that even I don't know.
some equation or?
Some equation, and I think that t-shirt came from Joe, actually.
Yeah, Andy started figuring out what it meant.
He would.
we're like talking about it.
Typical.
Still haven't translated that Rosetta Stone.
Show us her feet. Show us the baby feet.
Yeah, show us the baby.
Yeah,
Oh.
hold that baby up.
Yeah.
Dancing baby feet.
Judy, what have you been up to, Judy?
I want to show you what I got.
What'd you get?
Talk, Judy, so you come up.
Oh, I'm talking.
Be kind of cool.
Just a second.
let's
Where am I?
Showing.
It's my ballot.
Oh,
Oh.
ooh, the first ballot.
It's her ballot. It might
And-
I haven't got.
And there's a drop-off box of Santa Maria's offices that's going to
Oh,
be
good.
24 hours. So I'm going to fill it out and get it in the drop box maybe tomorrow or Saturday.
Oh, good job.
Yay!
Yay.
You'll be the
You'll
first
be
one
the
to
first.
Well,
Vote.
I want to be able to put on Facebook, I voted.
Yeah.
vote. Be the first on your block.
But, oh, and Sally, you won the contest,
What contest?
the best cards.
Did you get the cards? Did everybody get their cards yet?
I didn't get Sally's yet, and I haven't sent mine. Oh, well, she cheated.
I know, but isn't it the best? Isn't it the
Isn't
best?
it a pretty thing?
Thanks, Katie.
I love that.
I don't know. Yours is pretty good, Judy.
And he took the photo.
Who took the photo?
And he took the photo.
Who
And at
can you
first
see
I
it,
got it in
Michael?
That's a good one.
I got it in black and
I guess I
white.
should check our mail.
I got it. I did it in color, but it wasn't. The colors were weird. So then I ordered it in black and white. And
I
really
like
liked
it. I like it in black and white.
Yeah, me too.
pretty.
It just was better. Michael, I'm
Yeah.
sending you a copy of it with your shoes.
Okay.
I haven't done mine yet. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
good. I feel
It'll
so
be-
much
it'll
better
be-
talking to you
It'll
guys.
be a late fall.
I'm going to Michael's tomorrow. See what I can find.
You,
yeah,
you
Rhonda
and I are
Patty is-
competing for last place.
And I have
Right there.
shoes.
I'm there for you, Patty. I'm there for you. Thank you.
I was just waiting on that baby.
Yeah, well, you had a good excuse. I was just
I
busy.
didn't have to work too hard on the cards.
How'd you get your black eye?
How is she sleeping at night?
Oh, she's not.
Right.
You haven't got that down yet. Yeah. That can take months.
I just mean, does she have
Years.
like 2-hour blocks, or what kind of sleep do you get to get?
If she's laying on your chest, she will. She doesn't like to be like in her bassinet yet or anything.
She
So
wants to be with her mom.
yeah.
remember when-
So
When
Did you
Kathy
get-
hit 5 hours, that was like great.
Did you get any rest last night? Did she nestle in?
I think I don't really remember.
That sounds bad.
That sounds right.
I think we tried being upstairs in our room last night for the first time, rather than one of us downstairs, one of us upstairs and switching. And she was just awake last night. She was not sleepy. So I took her downstairs and I think we fell asleep for a couple hours and then he came
Good.
down. Then I
Uh-huh.
slept until like 11 today. So
Yeah, I
Is-
think we did
Awesome.
2 hours and then 3 hours and then 4 hours and then 5 hours. 5 hours. That's like a whole night's sleep just about.
Is he sleeping right now?
no, it's game 1 of the NBA finals right now. So that's where he is. It's very
That's
That's where
more-
my dad is.
More important than sleep.
Well, I'm all caught up on my sleep. So if you need help tonight, just let me know.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll come lay with the baby.
I will let you guys.
May I speak about Michael? Do you have a black eye?
Does. Tell us what happened, Meg.
Brother,
It's stupid stuff. It don't matter.
did someone throw a book at you like on Lucy?
You ran
Yeah,
into a door, right?
doorknob came out of
Yeah.
nowhere.
And tell us.
Good call, Joe.
Any inebriation?
Huh?
Any inebriation involved?
Oh yeah, a little.
There was alcohol involved. Was it friendly fire at least?
Friendly fire.
It doesn't. It
Yeah,
doesn't,
I guess.
it
Yeah.
doesn't look like friendly fire.
Nuh-uh.
Good catch, Joe. I didn't
Yeah,
see.
really.
I'm trying to keep up on the medical aspect of the family.
I thought you cook while we're.
The camp lights from the little,
Eloise.
because I'm really.
She's too perfect.
Okay.
Oh, look at her little shoulder.
Isn't it just the littlest? Yeah. Yeah. It's been warm today.
Yeah.
How's it been in
Santa
Corona?
Too hot. It was like over 100 today.
Oh.
I did a lot of yoga, so like, and then when it cooled off, I walked to Grammy's. But yeah, you have to get up really early or go jogging really late if you want to get any like movement in for real.
Yeah, I just came back. I did my hike before this call.
It was like 75 here. It's down to
That's
60.
not bad.
68 now.
It's 60 here. The high was 60. today.
Wow.
Oh wow.
Our day was beautiful.
Well, and I would like to send all this fucking smoke back down to you guys.
Are you guys, you're smoky again, huh, Jenny?
Yeah, the rain got it all away, and then now I went outside last night and the moon was orange.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is it up high? They say that we're supposed to get it tomorrow, but it's going to be up high, so it won't affect the air quality, but it'll look weird.
Yeah, it was, yeah, you're right. It wasn't like before, it was, you could smell it all the time, but.
Yeah. Yeah, it's supposed to stay high when it gets over here.
It seems like it's a war on the fire. We should make it a war footing as far as making tankers. If they can send 400 over Germany within a year, they can control and irrigate crops with a fleet of 400 tankers.
You're right. Jeff says the same thing.
Yeah, they got all those mothballed 747s and DC-10s out of Mojave. They ought to outfit all of those things and just have a
Put 1,000 water beds and slice
What are
them
you
open.
gonna, you gonna outfit them with rakes so they can clean up the forest?
Oh,
No,
yeah,
with
yeah,
water.
Yeah, that's what we need to do. Yeah, right.
You know, when I was a firefighter, we got hit with a load of retardant.
Ugh.
I mean, honest, where it shoved us into the ground.
I've heard you say that.
It was my first fire, and so I'm just going, who's in charge here? What the fuck is going on? You know. But it was.
You all died red.
We all got red. Yes, it was bizarre.
And the fire didn't catch you on fire.
Yeah, right. That's why we lived through it. We were soaked.
What did that stuff feel like? Is it wet feeling or is it like powdery feeling?
Oh, it's wet. The stuff, now this was back in like 81. I don't know what they use now, but it was liquid and sort of viscous, you know.
Yeah, slimy.
Little bit.
Was it orange?
It was red.
Red.
It washed off.
What?
Did it wash off?
Oh yeah, it slid off pretty, but they didn't make us go back home. We still had to fight the damn fire. You know? It must not have been too dangerous, or else they didn't care. I'm eating birthday cake.
I can see
Hey,
it.
I want birthday.
I know. I want cake. Mm.
And Patty, happy birthday in 2 weeks.
Yeah, it's coming up, I guess.
Oh, that's right,
Gonna
Pat.
be old.
76.
76.
Oh, man, that sucks.
Rhonda.
Wait, 76? Really?
Yeah.
You wear it well, Patty. You wear it well.
Wow, Patty.
We all do.
76 birthdays.
Yeah, we might as well. I mean, are we gonna
76
be on in 2 weeks?
birthdays in the big parade.
Oh, that's
A
a
friend
good
of mine,
one.
Hi, Louise. Louise.
a friend of mine turned 64 the other day. Well, about a month ago. And so we sang her, you know, the Beatles song. And
Beatles song. Yay.
and I was the only one that knew all the words. And I've been singing that fucking song ever since in my head.
Okay, we're gonna go back to Catalina when I'm 64.
I remember when I had to stop singing that because I was past 64.
It's not a very interesting song to have stuck in your head.
No,
Oh.
especially when you look through it.
Of course, now I'm going to have 76 trombones stuck in my head.
That's an excellent song to be associated
Hope
with.
you live till you get
That's way
99
worse
bottles
than
of
a
beer on the wall.
That's the worst of all.
I'm
But it
showing you
might be
guys
the
my
only one you can remember by that time.
Oh, look at that patio.
Whoa.
It looks like the Disneyland light parade there.
I'll be
What
right
is
back.
that? Oh, that's Sally's patio. I should show you guys Jeff Peter's patio. Peter got nice lights on his patio. Not as fancy as those, though.
That's what you get when you have an electrical nerd. You're married to an electrical nerd.
Yeah, I'd
Your
like to have one
husband.
of those come hang
Exactly.
out for a little bit.
Or over here.
Ooh.
Pretty. Lots of
Do you,
little.
do you still have your fountain? Show us the fountain.
Oh, yeah, there's the fountain. I have 2 of them.
Do you want to show the pond? We can show the pond.
That's pretty.
All right, what do
I
you
want
guys
one of
think of
those.
our indoor outlet?
Okay, we're
Here's
gonna
in
show
our
you guys our
kitchen.
pond.
Oh, look at even a umbrella.
2 umbrellas.
Hey, well, look at ours. We got it in our kitchen. You see that?
Sandy and
Yeah.
Yeah.
Joe, that looks like a brothel.
Well, okay, you saw through it.
Where's?
do the pond?
Let me see. I'm trying to find Peter's light.
You want to do the
Peter's
pond?
lights,
Okay,
I
we're gonna
can't
do the
tell you.
pond. Are you gonna do it?
Taylor, Peter, hi.
I can't.
Okay, we're doing it. We're doing it. We're doing the pond.
You doing what?
The pond.
We're gonna show you our pond.
Oh, show us your
will
pond,
internet
yeah.
hold
Yeah.
out that far away?
Well, we gotta take the computer over there.
No, I'm saying, but will your internet connection hold out that
Yeah, we got super bitchin' internet now.
far? That's cool.
Yeah, but we don't have very good speakers on this laptop. Turn on, yeah, well, turn on all the lights.
Turn on all the lights.
Well, yeah, it's pretty dark over there.
Okay, I told you I told you you needed to put some hostas in, and they need to go behind the bush, behind the bench. Find some hostas and plant them.
What are hostas?
It's a plant that would do really well by his pond.
Yeah, but snails and slugs like this.
Okay, are the pond lights on? Okay, I'm gonna go over there.
I don't have much problem with snails and slugs on mine.
Well,
Well, you
Now,
look where
is there
you
some
live.
way
You
we
you
can
got
see the other way? So,
you
all
can
right.
ride your
I
snails.
think a slug would survive where you are.
So it's kind of hard to see.
Yeah, I remember as a kid putting out
Let's see.
high tins of beer for the
I'm
slugs.
Yeah.
trying to.
Wait.
Where are we? Rhonda Cardinal. Oh, this one.
Well, they make non-toxic slug bait
We can
now
see much.
Good.
that you can put out, and it doesn't kill everything. It only kills things that like to eat it. And
Or import
Okay.
some.
Can you
awesome.
see the pond and the fish now?
We can see the
no,
light.
we see two really bright lights.
Oh, I
That's
see
about
movement.
it. Well, she's gonna turn on the
There's
heater.
3 lights.
Yeah, there's 3 underwater lights, and there's
Well, we
fish
see those.
down there. I don't know if you
There's
can
a
see
fish.
that.
There's a fish.
You see
3.
the fish?
Whew.
It went
Can
under
you?
a light.
And now we
Oh.
have the
The
fountain
fountain's
on.
gone.
Ah,
It's
you
really
have
hard to
underwater
do this.
lights.
It initiated.
Where are we? There. Well, you can see it better in the daytime.
Those lights are neat, though.
I got Roy and Siegfried over on this channel. See this? See me? There, we got the tiger going on this time.
What are their names, Joe?
What?
What are their names?
The other one is Ted, and this one's something I kind of forgot. I'll report in a minute.
Okay.
Of course you did.
I know they have human names.
There's our
Where's-
swimming pool.
Where's
Charlie, before Mike gets out of there,
Yeah.
tell him I love his stadium.
Oh, okay. It's pretty
Have you guys
impressive.
seen Mike's stadium? It's
Mike's-
beautiful. It's
There's Andy.
beautiful.
And Taylor.
Yeah.
It is a pretty stadium. Do you know what, Judy, when that thing is, it's done, but then there's, it has lots of other buildings and stuff that they're building. When it's done, that whole area is going to be bigger than Disneyland.
I
Wow.
believe it. I
Hey,
believe it.
Andy showed up. You can see
I
Andy
can-
now.
In its,
And
itself.
Taylor.
There's Andy and Taylor. Ooh, what are we eating, Andy?
Chicken stuff,
Chicken stuff.
frozen.
Peter and I are going to be eating chicken stuff pretty soon, too.
Mike and I ate chicken stuff, and because of Jenny. Jenny, you turned Mike, when he was up there, you turned him on to the pot pies at Safeway?
Oh, aren't they good?
Yes, and my Vaughn's has them in the deli. They are so good, and they're $4. You can't beat
And
the
there's
price.
lots of meat in them.
Yeah,
know,
lots of meat.
but-
And I only like eat half of one at a time. They're so
Yeah.
huge.
Yeah, they are. It's good stuff.
So if you have a Vaughn's or a Safeway by you, their pot pies in the deli are really good.
Okay.
They make them there.
Yeah.
And they make them out of the chicken, the roasted chicken that didn't sell the day before. For some
That's
reason,
smart.
they're proud of that. I don't know. So they're nice and salty.
You know, speaking of pot,
I'm watching you, Katie.
We drove out to Los Alamos in MG with the top down, and I was driving along and it smelled like pot. And Rhonda said, "Oh yeah, there's a big pot farm right here."
Really?
Yeah, a big pot farm right on the way out to Los Alamos.
A friend of mine is a third owner in a pot farm in Montesano.
Uh-huh.
She's making lots of money at it.
Yeah.
I bet.
Rhonda and Jeff, you remember
Somebody's
Dora Gale? She
Yeah.
she's passed on, her husband's passed on, her 2 boys. They still have the house, and they got like 3 Christmas trees, like 7 foot, just big buds going up.
That doesn't surprise me.
And
Yeah.
Joe, you look like you just sampled some of that.
No, I took my glasses. I got a squint. You want me to put these back on? There.
There.
Well, somebody's smoking pot here, one of my neighbors, but it's strong right now.
I don't smell it.
We
Hi,
live right
Andy
next to an
Taylor.
RV park, so.
Yeah. Really?
Hello, Andy and Taylor.
Oh, I need to plug in.
No way.
There you are.
Patty went dark.
I'm on low battery. I'm just getting, it's.
So was I the only person that watched the debate last night?
I watched it.
I struggled through it.
I watched the whole thing.
It was hard.
Me too. Wasn't that a shit show?
It
or
was a
what?
shit show,
What
yeah.
I think they said shit on it once.
Well, that
Yeah.
lady, that reporter said it was a shit show. I had to see it.
Yeah.
You just had to see it.
I can't stand to watch him. I just can't stand it.
You
No.
know, Rachel Maddow said that the more you get disgusted with politics, the less we all want to get involved, and that's what he's doing.
Exactly. We have to make ourselves look
Now,
at it.
hey, it makes me want to run for city council and fix things.
That's how
That's
it
what-
starts.
That's
That's
good.
how it starts.
That's good.
But I'm not going to live here forever, so I don't care. But
Yeah.
watch out, Hoquiam, Washington, when I get there.
You could be king of Hoquiam, Washington.
Exactly. Mike says, but they'll say you're one of those out of towners. And I said, well, yeah, but I will
No.
have, history there. My parents, my grandparents, and my incredibly famous sister.
That's right.
That's true.
That's true.
Problem is, you'll have 4 advisors.
I almost got into a bar fight again last night.
Yeah.
Every time I go, there's some asshole that's bragging about the fact that he doesn't wear a mask. You know? This guy was complaining because he's like 22 and it was his birthday, and he was complaining because they had been at a place in Olympia and they made them sit at more than one table so that they could be spaced out. And he was bitching about that, about how his birthday wasn't what it was supposed to be. And I tried not to say
Welcome
anything.
to the
I
club.
tried not to say anything. I said, well, it's not all about you. And then I moved to the other end of the bar because he was this big strapping guy with 4 friends, you know.
Were they at least wearing masks?
No, well, they walked in with him. You can walk in with him, and then if you sit down at a table,
Take
Stay.
them off.
take off until you move around.
Sure.
When
Good.
people complain about wearing a mask, I want to tell them I just gave birth and labored while wearing a mask.
Well, if
While
I
wearing a
could-
mask. Yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
That's super good.
Out of me while wearing a mask.
Wow.
So you can deal with it.
And the baby came out with a mask on.
Yeah.
Katie, you are the only person in this family who can say that.
Yeah.
So Treasure, you are the only person that can say that.
Yeah.
So,
They immediately put a mask on her.
I gave birth wearing a mask. That outweighs a lot of other stuff. I gave birth out in the field. I gave birth wearing a mask. That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You should
That should be a
Go-
t-shirt
go.
now.
post that a bunch online. Go on
Yeah.
Facebook and make a deal of it so we can share it. Seriously.
Yeah.
Sure.
You're
I mean, you could-
badass for doing that.
Yeah.
Set a lot of people up.
Patty, I'll create a meme and I'll send it out to you.
Okay.
I know how to do that.
Yeah. I make a big deal about what I've done in a mask as a nurse, but sort of, more people can relate to that. I
Yeah.
gave
Look at
birth
that.
wearing
Hey.
a mask.
Hi,
That's
baby.
great. Oh, look at that.
She just looked like Penny.
What is all that? What's all that in front of you?
Is she looking at us?
Mm-hmm.
Should we wave to the baby? Here we are. This is your family. You can't meet us, but here we are.
She's waving back.
This is what she
She's-
has to look forward to.
We
Here,
gotta break her in. We gotta break her in easy. First virtually, then in person.
Yeah, she's got a lot of penny look to her.
Mm-hmm.
The mouth or something. I don't know what. Oh.
Yeah. You're doing all right.
She's like an impersonator.
She's pretending to be a baby.
Yeah. You're performing well.
Yeah, she is.
She's performing.
Does taking a bath wear her out?
We've only done like sponge baths so far because her thing just fell off. Her,
Still has her umbilicus.
yeah, and the nurse yesterday told us to continue just sponge baths for a little bit longer since it's still fresh.
Uh-huh.
But she's pretty all right. She fusses at points during it, but she's
Uh-huh.
pretty quiet.
Well, that might be something you can do before bedtime. Or at night. If you do it, maybe if she cries a lot, she'll get tired and go to sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's
Or-
pretty. She's had to because she was jaundicey, so she had to have her blood taken
Uh-huh.
quite a few times, like 3 days in a row. Her first
Yeah.
3 days of life, and she
Aw.
handled it real well. Only
Yeah.
scream at first, and then she'd calm down because it takes a while because they don't just draw it. They have to
Oh,
like
it's not just
make a prick and then they squeeze it out.
uh-huh.
So she had that, and then when she had her little nubbin on her hand tied off, she screamed for just a little bit, and then she was okay.
Uh-huh.
Did they?
Did you keep her finger?
It's still attached. They just
Oh, it is?
put a string around it.
Oh, and then it drops off.
It's
So
dying.
that finger wasn't hooked up to any tendons or anything, is that right?
No, it was basically just like a really big skin tag with a nail at the end of it.
Oh,
Had a
because,
name.
she'd be a heck of a guitar player, if.
Yeah, it just kind of dangled there.
I think she ingested her twin.
Do you think that they knew
The boy.
why
Look
she
at those
might have
feet.
been jaundice?
Huh?
Do you know why she might have been jaundice? Did they explain?
It had to do with our blood types. So I'm A negative and she's A positive. And for that reason, she had a bunch of bilirubin built up in her.
Huh. Did
So,
you get a ROGAM?
I did, yeah.
Yeah, good.
Nowadays they give it to everybody, Patty.
Really?
What
Yeah,
did she
everybody,
get?
it's across the board. Everybody gets them. I understand.
What did you get? What do you get?
A ROGAM? If the mom is negative, RH negative, and the baby is positive, then and then she has another baby that's positive, she will have built up antibodies to the new baby. So they give
The next baby.
to the next baby. Doesn't hurt this baby, but the next baby wouldn't survive. Or maybe the third baby wouldn't survive. And so they give them ROGAM, and it keeps that immune thing from happening.
Yeah, Juliet was jaundice.
I think
Yeah.
Jill
Andy,
wasn't, I don't think.
Wendy was jaundice.
Andy was jaundiced.
Yeah.
Patty, I watched a movie yesterday, and that was when I was jaundice. And they had talked about Matlock and Aberdeen. It's called Ring of Fire, David Jensen, and it was sort of interesting. But like the review said, for the first hour, it was pretty boring. But then they started showing old clips of forest fires and packed it into the.
That was a crappy movie.
That's what I said, for an hour.
Yeah, they played that at the 7th Street Theater. I'm going, what? You don't like people to come here? Why do you choose that? It's terrible.
In fact, they have it advertised. It's on the. It's coming to Aberdeen.
Oh, yeah. Well, it hit Aberdeen. There was like 4 or 5 people in it.
I bet so.
What movie?
Ring of Fire.
Oh, okay.
Terrible.
But I think they had shot, it looked like pictures of Shelton that sometimes they talked about Simpsons and all this other stuff that was local, sort of. I think they got the story based around, that area, but they were shot in Oregon mostly.
So what is it about? Just forest fires?
Yeah, it's just the same old copper running down murders, and they weren't really murderers, but Gorsham was in it. Frank Gorsham was the bad guy.
Oh, old movie.
61.
Okay.
I tried to remember if Shelton, when I was 9 years old, looked that way, but of course, never mind.
Maybe.
Baby. Look at
Baby,
that.
baby.
Got in the right hand corner.
Oh,
Oh,
baby.
there's the baby.
There's a baby knee.
Because of the series Ratchet on Netflix, Netflix has also put on Cuckoo's Nest.
Right.
Yeah.
And I watched it last night. That's a really, I always knew it was a good movie, but I hadn't watched it in 20 years. It's really a good movie. Really
Yeah.
well done.
When I was in Eugene, they shot it there at the state hospital. I talked to some of the people that were in the hospital where they had shot it, and they said Nicholson was drunk the whole time. I was up there, I got to know about the shoot a little bit because these two people had talked about it. Go on.
It's a good book.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
good book too.
One of the few I read that went to movie.
Yeah, I read it. I don't know if I saw the movie.
Katie,
I have done both.
Katie, I guess Eloise can join the Weird Hand Club.
That's true, yeah.
Well, she's in good company.
She's pretty.
Yeah, she is.
So Kathy, at least, you had normal number of fingers. But
Yeah.
what about the weird?
The surgery went okay though? And stuff?
It was really just in the doctor's office. They just tied some string around it
Oh,
super
okay.
tight. Yeah, and so we're just waiting for it to fall off.
Wow. I thought you were talking about the umbilical cord. Sorry, I was confused.
Oh yeah, no, that similar thing.
The same thing, yeah.
Yeah.
I was waiting.
We have the weird digit. How about just the weird digit club? Because we have.
Yeah.
Did Kathy have a weird digit?
She does have weird digits, yes.
Her little fingers are really little.
And then her toes were crossed when she was born.
Oh yeah, your little fingers are little. Huh.
Live long and prosper. Yeah, live long and prosper.
Oh, it's so
Katie's
little. I
got
always
weird
forget
thumb.
it.
Yeah, my thumb is like a short thing.
What's the matter with it?
Oh, but Katie's got the thumb.
So how do you
I've got-
play the high end of the piano?
Not very well.
Oh,
I struggle with all my instruments, which I didn't really realize that when I was younger. That's like, well, maybe it would have been easier if I had proportionate hands and feet.
yeah. I never noticed
Yeah.
that.
Nor I.
Peter says, learn to play the drums. You don't need a little finger.
I saw in Mexico a pig, they would tie off the testes there. They also, with Mom, she had her hemorrhoids tied off to get rid of them.
No, she had them stripped. That's different. They don't tie them off on humans.
Well, that's the usual procedure
Ooh.
Taylor, are you taking all this
for
in?
them, I've heard.
Taylor thinks our family telecoms are better than you would expect. So we always veer into the unexpected. Let's just put it that way.
Well, Katie, since you and Kathy have weird digits and your daughter has a weird digit, she'll probably be a redhead because I think it's a redhead thing.
Well, I would say Grandma Lola anyway.
I don't have any word, did you?
No comment.
Judy says goodbye. It was wonderful seeing everyone.
Who does?
Judy, oh yeah.
Michael?
She lasted a
Oh,
long time.
Judy's going away.
Yeah.
Hi, Judy.
She's always
Hi,
the first
Judy.
one to bail.
Well, she's got to go take her nap. She's got to take a nap.
Yeah, past her bedtime.
It
Yeah.
is significantly past your bedtime. Okay, well, Patty, keep not sending your card out. Well, I think I have had a lot of thoughts about how to do my card, but I haven't
haven't.
gone anywhere to buy the stuff. So tomorrow maybe I'll go to Michael's.
I thought
I
you
haven't.
could use the stuff you had around the house.
Well, yeah, we'll see. You know, I've thought about Ruth Vinsburg, the new baby. I mean, you know, there's just all these. It's Halloween. There's just a lot of opportunities.
There's a kitty in your picture.
The
Oh,
kitty.
yeah. She's
Oh,
photos on it.
M&M.
Black kitty.
Oh, Kathy's got a kitty too.
Oh, that, her,
Oh,
cat,
look at that kitty.
her cat is so nice. You know,
Who's got a kitty?
Kathy,
Kathy.
that's Kathy's
Kathy.
kitty.
Uh-huh. He's black too? No, he's
Oh,
tiger stripe.
She's a like a Wilbur. She's a striped cat.
Yeah.
She's a really good kitty.
Got a cool face.
Yeah, she has a cool.
Ron, speaking of
What's-
Tigres,
what's-
do you know the number that I called that number of the mariachi band to give them a piano?
Yeah.
Do you think you could look them up or try to find it again?
Sure. Okay.
It went dead.
All right. I've got a lot of phone numbers for him. So.
Okay.
And they're actually, you know, they're actually playing at the
Thank you.
festival, Joe. I've got them on Sunday.
Hello.
Joe's phone.
Hey, yeah, that's
So-
me.
I know you guys know a while back I was trying to acquire some type of cabin to gather at next summer,
Yeah.
and it all kind of fell through because of the place I had picked decided they weren't renting out. So Jenny is
Yeah.
taking up the cause, and she
That's
is
right.
working on a place in Astoria
Okay.
or near Astoria.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Trying to. I'm waiting for them
Yeah.
to phone me back.
Yeah.
Despite itself,
Oh, yeah.
I don't have
So
any
someone-
Rhonda, mute Joe.
Oh,
And she's working on a week
Oh, yeah.
in September next year.
Okay.
Weekend what?
September.
a week in September.
September.
Yeah.
Okay.
Trying to.
Good. Good for you.
Look how pretty that baby is.
Uh-huh. Oh, that looks like my first baby picture.
It's like Andy's first baby picture.
They all look like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she looks like a cardinal baby for sure.
Yeah. But what happened to the brown?
Where's that black hair? Man, I can't believe she overcame that dark black
I
hair.
know. Well, his mom is pretty light, so
Oh,
I have to go get a
Yeah,
better mom.
Luisa's mom, blonde, she's got blue eyes.
yeah, she's got like green eyes.
Oh, green.
So,
But
yeah,
they're light, and she's fair skinned.
she's fair and she has lighter brown hair. So, yeah. So you're a
Remember-
white baby. You're a white baby. Luis is just hoping that she can tan. That's his.
Yeah,
biggest-
that would be great if she had good tanning skin.
Yeah.
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 She'll tan like Wendy.
Mm-hmm.
I tan pretty well.
Not as well as my Wendy. Wendy 1 hour out and she's dark.
Yeah.
I win. God.
Oh.
Frog.
Oh,
What about Wendy?
She's a little brown frog when she
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I have that.
She would look like a bean. She looked like a bean.
That's where that came from.
Listen.
Oh. Yeah.
Oh,
Oh.
Are you talking?
he is talking.
Are you saying hello?
Got those gloves on?
Yeah.
You scratch yourself?
Well, also this little finger thing that we're talking about.
Yeah, they don't want her little nubbin to get caught on anything, so they've
Oh.
and then she'll dig into her face. So
Yeah,
yeah.
I had some of those little mittens.
Yeah, I've
Well,
got
those are
mittens.
just soft.
I got mittens, but they fall off. So the socks seem to work a lot better. So just put socks on her.
She looks pretty happy.
Yeah, she's obsessed with you.
When she's a pretty calm baby when she's fed and changed.
Cool.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Well, now that you have the eating down, she should calm down too.
Yeah.
They had a kind of frustrating first week.
Her little legs are going. Kick, kick.
Yeah, they're at right angles to her butt.
So cute.
Yeah, but if you were a kid and you drew a picture of her, you know, you'd have
They come out the side like a spider.
Look
at you go.
When she was inside the womb.
Where did you go?
Oh yeah, her belly button looks good.
Yeah.
Good one.
Yeah. His parents have all the old Latin American superstitions that they've been telling me.
Oh
And
yeah.
so they keep telling me I need to put oil on it and wrap her belly so that she'll have an innie. And I'm like, what's so wrong with having an outie if she ends up with an outie?
Yeah, it's okay to have an outie.
I haven't had
Well, she doesn't have an outie. She's got an innie.
Yeah. Yeah.
You used to tease Michael for his outie.
Does Michael have an outie?
Not
Show us,
anymore.
Michael.
But when he was little, it was definitely an outie, and the girls made fun of him.
Show us, Michael. Show us.
Yeah, that was nobody. Pass. He says pass.
What? What?
I like to embarrass young men.
Embarrassing your children is one of
It's
life's
so-
great pleasures.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's so easy to embarrass.
It's so easy to do. Yeah, it's like picking apples off a tree. You know, it's so easy to embarrass your children.
Yeah, but
Low-hanging fruit.
when they're like 35, they say, "Fuck off, mom."
And Wixel Golden Empire Realty.
Oh, I gotta take a call. I'll be back.
Okay.
Real life cricket.
Hello. I can mute Patty now too. How many other people can get calls? Okay, we're muting Patty. Joe's muted. Who's next?
Why is Joe?
Because he's on the phone. Somebody else.
Oh.
Wendy, how is your creature? Where's Reggie?
Good. He's over there. Want to say hi to him?
Yeah.
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 You should all follow Reggie. Wendy makes really, really cute videos of Reggie out in the world.
There was the baby. The baby trumps all.
That was a loud one.
We'll see. Reggie's get some steep competition there.
Oh, who's the cutest? Who's the cutest? Kathy, it's a hedgehog, a real hedgehog.
Not one that lives in a Volkswagen, but
or that you stack on the fireplace mantle. She doesn't even know about that part.
No, I do. I know.
I want to see the hedgehog now.
Reggie.
It's a tough call.
It's a tough call.
Just kidding.
The cutest thing ever.
I wish I could half it. Half baby, half hog.
Put her head on the hedgehog.
Or the other way around.
The hedgehog face on a baby's body.
You guys are sick.
I bet Reggie can't do that. Legs at a 90-degree from his body.
I don't know.
Oh,
There's a foot. He's gotten so much bigger, Wendy.
Yeah, he is bigger.
He's a little fatty.
What do you feed him?
Oh, hedgehog food. It's like, kind of looks like cat food.
And then you feed him like bananas and things too.
Bananas,
right?
apples, and mealworms. Those are his go-tos.
Yeah. Yeah, he's way bigger than the last time we saw him.
Kathy's
Penny's
cat
got-
is bigger.
Penny's got one too. If anybody wants one, she's looking for a home for it.
Really?
Is that right?
Why does she not want it?
Well, she kind of rescued it from work because it was kind of being neglected at work. And she's got it and taken care of it and all, but she's also got a chinchilla and a turtle, and the
And an
hedgehog is
Eloise.
the
Kathy, do you need a hedgehog?
Not real, well, you already have a cat.
they might get along. Probably not.
I don't know, cats might eat this.
So Penny is
Not
like
very-
Penny Doolittle.
Yeah,
Penny-
Penny is Penny Doodle. Yeah, yeah, she's the collector of
Of
things.
our generation.
So do we, oh, look at Kathy's
Patty
cat.
of our generation.
I
But
saw that. Well,
the
does it,
chinchilla is really cool.
so does the hedgehog need to be in a cage or what?
Wendy, go ahead and explain the care of a hedgehog.
Oh, yeah, he's got a little home. I don't put like the cage top on it because he doesn't really crawl out of it unless I want him to. Like sometimes he'll have a little ramp that I have for him and then he can roam around the bedroom.
I mean, can a hedgehog live here? You know this place. Can a hedgehog live here?
Yeah.
What
They
about,
just need to be handled a lot.
huh?
I'll show you his.
They should be handled a lot, and it takes a certain hand.
It's his
like
house. You see? He has like a running wheel and a little hut.
Mhm. Okay, because I don't know if we'd be, I mean, we just feed our cats and our fish, so.
It's
Yeah,
like
they
a
like
super
it. I
large
mean,
hamster cage, I guess.
yeah.
I mean, would we be good hedgehog parents or would we be neglectful hedgehog parents?
I don't know. If you want one, then they're fun. But they itch your hands. So some people are like over it because of that. They make you itchy.
Yeah, because of their quills, they poke, and it's
Oh.
almost like an allergic reaction to them.
I see.
My buddy.
Okay.
We're not talking.
They're not cozy. They're not, but they need to be handled and like allowed out, and I mean for their health, you know. Like when Wendy got that one, the person before her had just left it in the cage and didn't interact with it. And it's taken Wendy a year
kiss
to
him.
get him better socialized.
Let me
And he
kiss
was
you.
a real mess when he came to her. His little paws were, you have to cut their nails, and they were all outgrown and full of shit. And he just
Okay,
hadn't been taken care of. And he
Oh,
he
yeah.
was real spooked about people because he hadn't been taken care of.
This sounds like a lot of work.
Well, it's like any little critter.
You should
You know.
send it to Michael.
Yeah. It would be good for Michael.
I can't keep in touch here.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like an anime thing, you know.
All right, I'm not gonna take possession of a hedgehog right now.
Well, Penny's is getting excellent care and stuff, but she feels bad that she doesn't mess with it more.
Yeah, she probably messes with it, Peter. She probably messes with it 50 times more than I would.
As me too. When I hold them, I'm kind of weird about them. They bother my hands because they're never cuddly.
But they look like they are.
Yeah, they look like they aren't. They're pokey.
There's a cruel joke.
Are they Pokemon?
You did it, Rhonda.
Show us some more baby face.
I'll show you Penny face.
Penny's home! Yay! Hi, Penny.
That's half of a penny face.
Yeah, I don't know. It might be somebody else.
Let's compare the penny and the baby, and we can see if the baby actually looks like Penny.
Penny's got to wear a mask because she works
okay.
at the hospital, so
All
you're
right.
never going to see Penny's mouth. Penny, you got off work at a reasonable hour.
Yeah, finally.
Feet.
Are you turning that off?
Yes.
Thank you. Okay, well, there's yet another iteration of the Delta 4 launch in an hour, if it actually goes
really?
this time.
Oh, I'll tell Mike.
Yeah, Delta 4 out of the Cape. They've had nothing but trouble.
Yeah.
Did you watch the last one, Rhonda?
A Delta 4 or a SpaceX? I heard about that Delta 4 launch. Yeah, I heard it didn't go. So this is the one that's supposed to go, or this is the same one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so-
he gets up at 4. He gets us up at 3 or 4 in the morning to watch it, and then it doesn't happen.
Yeah, I think this is this is the 4th attempt or the 5th attempt. It's supposed to happen in an hour. And my friend Linda Tedson's been working this launch, so she's missed a lot of hikes this week.
Oh, that's like, what? It's like 11 o'clock there?
Yeah, but it's earlier here. So I kept thinking it was midnight here, but it's midnight there. So I've got it's another hour from now if it happens. So far, so good. And there's not many Delta 4s left, so this might even be Delta 4 out of the Cape.
That's what Mike was saying.
We got one at Vandenberg and then this one out of the Cape, and that might be it for that program. So of course I have to watch it.
Here, Frank. Well, come here. Come
here. So Patty, how is Jill? Is Patty still on? How is Jill?
Jill's fine. She spent some time with me.
Oh, really?
She and Frank were here. They wanted to tour all the murals, and so they were here for the day. And I really like Frank.
Good. That's good.
Yeah, he's a nice guy. He is. He finally started talking a little bit.
Frank agrees.
Oh, hello, Frank.
So many cat showing. It's cat time. You can show babies and cats and hedgehogs.
Boy, that cat's eyes are far apart.
Frank, are you a wide-mouthed frog? A wide-eyed cat?
Yeah, well, my Frankie, his eyes were close, so he had that stupid look, you know. Although he wasn't stupid.
Eminem's already been in the picture, but you can get him again.
Where's Gray Gray?
Yeah, where's Gray Gray? Let's see Gray Gray.
Patty must be at Peter's house because I see a bicycle on the wall.
Yeah, I don't think that's Patty.
I don't think she would even be able to get it up there. I'm going to get a bike. There's a guy in the neighborhood that he's like, has almost as many bikes as Joe has. And he rehabs them, and then he puts them out in his yard with a price on it. So
there's Gray Gray.
Oh, that's cool. Well, there's a kid.
pretty. Hi.
Oh, the face.
What a nice.
Such a pretty face.
Looks like a.
She's got her eyeliner.
Here's M&M.
Kitty. Kitty.
Yeah, I tried to get Wilbur, but she ran under the chair.
Oh.
She didn't want to come out. M&M just went away.
We'll get a goldfish out of the pond and show them to you.
Let the cats get it. Bring it to you.
They will eventually.
Yeah, Cat brought in a bird the other day, and it was, lots of feathers missing, but I got the bird away from the cat, and after a while, the bird, well, first it was in the house, the cat brought it in the house, and then the bird was flying away and banging into the windows and all that kind of stuff. Finally got the bird outside, and he had lost a lot of feathers, but he was on the ground, and then he finally popped up onto the garage roof, and I suppose he's okay. But yeah, M&M brought him in, but didn't injure him really, other than a lot of feathers were all over the place.
M&M's trying to teach you how to hunt.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Wilbur is a very accomplished hunter.
Yeah.
Are you done? Are you done?
But the only good gopher is a dead gopher. We got a lot of those.
Joe's still on the phone.
Have funny little gophers. They're little, like big.
You can use dry ice.
What do you do with that?
You stick it in their little tunnels.
Yeah.
And it doesn't leave any poisons or anything.
Oh, it becomes carbon dioxide. They would get carbon dioxide poisoning.
And they die in their tunnels.
Okay.
And then
That
it
makes
doesn't
sense.
poison anything. And
Carbon
it just melts and goes away,
Got it. I understand. That's a good idea.
Try that, yeah.
I just heard that on NPR yesterday.
Where do you get dry ice?
Anywhere. You can find it.
Yeah, where you live, you could find it.
Just don't burn yourself.
Yeah.
Right.
Addie's mute and she's talking to us.
How come she's muted on purpose?
You can unmute, Patty. Unmute.
We can't hear you, Patty.
Unmute. You're muted. You're muted.
Unmute. Okay.
There she goes.
What did we miss?
What are you gonna do with dry ice?
Kill gophers.
Put it in gopher holes.
Oh, really?
And so they die in their tunnels and they rot down there. And there's no leftover poisons or anything like that.
For anybody, that's a great
Carbon
idea.
monoxide poisoning. Yeah, it's good.
Well, it's not that great for the golfers, but it's great for you.
Yeah. Oh, baby crying.
I want to hear her.
Unmute the baby.
Just quieted down.
Be nice if you had if you could mute her again.
Fingernails.
No, Patty, they wouldn't live through that.
Probably not, yeah.
Everybody got their animals showing up.
Yep.
Anyway.
Well, our animals are not cooperating.
Is Taylor clipping the cat's claws?
Yeah.
I need to do that for Evie. I got a clipper for her.
I can't get our cats to hold still that long.
No, I could never do it.
Wrap them in a towel.
I remember one time we tried to give Harold a bath. We were living in Roseburg and there were fleas all over the place. And we thought, I think we had just smoked some dope or something. And so all we had was a shower. So we turned on the shower and tried to put her in the shower, and she went like this and grabbed the sides of the shower, and pushing her, it was pretty stupid.
Bathing a cat in a shower.
Especially that cat. She was a bad cat.
Marigold's like,
You're lucky you survived it.
Well,
Frank is sitting
Sally's got a cat behind her.
Frank is sitting at my feet yelling at me because I haven't fed him dinner.
Frank.
There's an orange one behind your head. What went inside now?
Yeah, I think I probably have to sign off because I need to go back to work and stuff.
Bye-bye, Kathy.
Goodbye, Kathy. Good
Bye.
Friday night.
Bye with your little short fingers.
Bye.
Show us again. Show us your hand. Show us your hand.
Yay!
Yeah.
Can you move it? Can you do that?
do that.
No, just the pinky.
Well, that's
Or
easy.
do this.
You can do it.
I don't know.
Hey, congratulations.
Yeah, congratulations, Katie. Let me know if you need anything.
Okay.
This is very easy, and this is
Thank you.
What's that about?
Yeah, we gotta go change.
Harder with
Bye.
Left hand is harder.
mine
But
right.
do it this, Sally.
What?
Do this and alternate.
We can't
What's
see
she
your
doing?
hand.
Can't see your hand.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
I don't know.
That's easy.
Can you do your left hand though?
Well, yeah, there's this.
Can you do them opposite though?
Oh.
Oh God, no! That's terrible.
That's hard.
That's going to take some practice.
Nobody's recording this, right?
Yeah, it's being recorded.
I can do that with my right toes, but I can't do it with my left toes.
We don't want to see it, Jeff. We don't want to see it.
No toes on screen.
But we still have an order in to see little Mike's outie.
No, not gonna happen.
We'll have to get him in a pool or the ocean for that.
With an underwater camera.
Next September when we're all up in.
Hey Mike, do you still get lint in that thing, or does the Audi proof of lint?
No, yeah, I get lit in it. Yeah.
I think it's an innie now, since it's
Yeah.
bigger.
He kind of grew into an idiot because when he was here last time, I was like, "You're really not out anymore." What is the fort called up there, Jenny? By Astoria?
Fort Stevens.
Fort Stevens, that's it.
But
We
on
got-
the site, you can't get any relief. They won't. They're not really communicating with you, but you can leave a phone number and they're supposed to call you, and that's kind of what I'm waiting for.
Cool. I just didn't remember the name.
Yeah, there's those deluxe cabins are awesome.
Cool.
And they're not that expensive. And if you got 3 of them in a row there, that would do us.
That'd be awesome.
Well, and by next September, we might be done with COVID.
That would be lovely.
It certainly would. I'd vote for getting rid of it this September. We got
Yeah. Yeah. I'd go. I'd
No, we
vote for getting
can't.
rid of it.
We can't get rid of it before the election.
December would be okay.
Good thinking, Patty.
Well, then he could say, "Look, good. I told you it'd go away."
At this point, I don't think.
Last night he was. Yeah.
What did you say,
last
Sal?
night he was. Last night he was claiming that the vaccine would be ready by the end of the year, and they said, yeah, it might be ready, but it won't be distributed until next spring. And he argued that.
Yeah.
Oh, no, it's going to be ready.
It's not going to be tested by then even. They might have a vaccine, but then they've got to do a test.
Yeah. Well,
That'd
they're
be
doing
nice.
clinicals right now, but I don't trust anything with his name on it.
No, it'd be nice if my mom could get vaccinated. That's what I would like.
Yeah. Well, that's
my
probably
dad.
who they'll start with.
And my dad.
No, I think they're going to start with frontline people.
With who?
What?
Yeah, well, frontline, sure.
Frontline people.
Sure.
Yeah.
But I would love it if my parents could get vaccinated and then I could go see my mom. That'd be nice. By the
Yeah.
way, John Erickson came over. I was down there last week. John Erickson came. We played music together. He's looking pretty good.
Oh,
He's-
good.
He's been, I need to text him. He's been going to see my mom once a week while I'm not able, when I'm busy.
That's
So,
awful nice.
yeah. It is nice. It's very good.
So does he play music for her outside the window?
Yep.
Yeah.
In fact, we talked to the owner of the house and we asked her to make it a little more accessible out there because it's kind of tight and, it's not exactly convenient. And so she was going to do some mods so we'd have a little more room out in front of her window.
Yeah, they got hedges right by the front of the house, but there's a gap of about 2 feet between the hedges and the house, which is kind of a tight squeeze to get in there. So I guess John trimmed them back a little bit.
John did a little bit of trimming. But then I asked her if she could move all the flagstones together and she said she would.
So he looks like a pervert at a senior
He brings
Sitting
another
in the
guy.
bushes.
He brings another guy with him.
Oh, that improves it.
And then they do like a little duo. No, it's great. It's great.
I just kidding.
Believe
Two
me, it's a
guys
good
sitting
thing.
in the bushes.
Oh, the bushes on both sides of them with their little heads by the window.
On a guitar.
Your mother's going to think she's having nightmares.
My mother loves it. She worries about John playing too long, that he's going to get tired and hurt his hands. So, or that she can't bring him anything,
I don't worry about getting thrown in jail. That's what she got to worry about.
Nah, it's a good thing.
Sounds good. Well,
Katie, I bought everything to make your cookies, so I'm gonna bake them tonight. I'll bring them over tomorrow.
Okay, thank you.
I'm making her lactation cookies.
Okay.
oh,
Yeah, it's supposed to help with milk production.
what do you put in it?
It's a thing. Lots of there's actual yeast. You put yeast in the cookies. Flaxseed, coconut oil. They're like really, really healthy cookies. But it's supposed they say it's supposed to help
work.
with milk production.
All
Do
my mom friends say that they work.
Cool.
When I had Jill, and I didn't want mom there for the first week because we wanted time with our baby. Anyway, she finally got there after a week, and she took Don aside and she just told him twice a day, because he had sort of gone out, he would be working outside all day. He sort of just avoided the thing. And she took him aside and told him, no, you come in twice a day between breakfast and lunch, between lunch and dinner, and you make her a pot of tea and you put a little plate of cookies out and you sit down and you take care of the baby while she has some tea and cookies. And told him to do it twice a day so that if you want her milk to be in, you need to do that. So, so he did it about twice, of course she was there. So,
Yeah.
But I think, I think it's a lot of it's just the sitting down and having some tea and cookies is good for you.
Making yourself take care of you. That's what I've been nagging Katie about. Stop and eat and drink something every 2 hours. Just stop and do that. Because
you can hold the baby while you do it. But yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
what? Yeah. Mom was really good about that stuff. She really helped me when I had Wendy. She came over to the house and she was just there all the time, but she was really quiet and she just sat in a corner and read, and then she would bring me a meal or she'd bring me a snack, and as soon as Stan got home, she'd disappear. She'd make sure he had his dinner and then she'd disappear into Jennifer's room. And the next morning, as soon as he went to work, she got up and she just, if the baby needed changing or if I needed a nap, she just took it away so I could sleep. And and as vocal and commanding as Mom was, when that time period happened, she wasn't. She just took care of you and took care of whatever, did laundry, cleaned the house.
Well,
she just,
Jill was the first, so I didn't know she had that in her. I was afraid she was going to be up there telling me how I was supposed to take care of the baby and how I was doing it wrong.
Right, exactly.
And she didn't, but
she had a lot of experience. She knew that ultimately it's the mother that sets the pace,
But I didn't know she had that, ability to let that happen.
Yeah.
And so
without taking over, exactly.
Without taking over, yeah. And so I just had Katie's last week all by myself because I didn't trust Mom to, of course.
You fucking dumbass.
Damn it.
Your first baby, you don't know you're in store for anyway.
No. Thank God, or you'd never have one.
That's why they make them so cute.
Yeah, but you can always borrow them.
Yeah, it's cute from that side of the screen, Wendy. It's a lot of work is what it is. It's good that mothers love their baby.
You never underestimate the power of hormones, Where did Wendy go?
I'm here.
Yeah, I can't find you. Oh, there you are. Your iPhone. You're not Wendy. Your iPhone.
Well, at least she spilled water and not wine.
Yeah. Would have been good.
Well, Katie, congratulations. It's a lovely, lovely baby, and I'm so glad you got past that latching stage.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Bye.
Is it 8 o'clock?
It is. Well,
Yeah.
it's 8:15.
We've been on 2 hours.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, hour and a half.
Where's
Yeah.
Michael?
Almost.
Oh, that's right.
Launch it. I think the
Michael
launch
Center.
is at 9-ish.
All right, everybody. Well, let's do this again soon.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Okay. Well, happy
Love you
birthday.
guys.
Happy birthday.
Bye-bye, everybody.
Happy birthday,
Bye.
all.
Night, kids.
Your little mitten. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
And I can't.